Hey guys, oh yeah, I got them holes in there. There's some holes in this house. There's some holes in this house. Now I'm saying holes, HOLE. With now y'all know y'all see me dancing. Don't be laughing at me dancing. I'm excited. That's ready to transfer these worms. Yes. Soca music is such joyful music, but guess what else is joyful? Feeding! It's feeding time! Yes, these worms are going to go through it today, but I need this feeding time for a reason, and you'll see after. And again, this is why I had to drill the holes. There were so many castings on the top and so many worms on the top. So I'm still dancing to soca music, removing my worms. So if you see me moving, that's me dancing to the soca music. Now I gotta take this top bin off and move down to the other bottom ones. I'm gonna check those and add moisture to them. And I'm going to dump them into the new tray. There were only a little bit of worms in that tray right there. There I go dancing again. But little worms in that tray that I'm going to dump it into. So you'll see it. This is the tray that I drilled the holes in, and I'm going to dump this tray into that tray. There are some worms that are actually on this tray, because this was under the bottom feeding tray, the original bottom feeding tray. So I have to keep this tray on this bin for a reason, because I'm not gonna scoop all of these worms that are on the side bin up to this tray. So you'll see how I'll get this done. Now I'm going to inspect this tray, because the previous tray that has the worms on the side, I'm going to put that one on the bottom. I want those worms to climb up. So that's what I just did. I put those worms on the bottom, and this is the previous tray here that I dumped that in. I didn't video that, but this is the bottom tray now that is bone dry, and I need to make it a little bit more moist so those worms down there can travel up a little bit better. And then what I plan to do is take that fourth tray out in a few days when all those worms go up. So that's my goal. I'm hoping that all the worms will transfer up to the food once I do the feeding. Yep. Maybe this can be a new trend, dancing with your worms. I don't mind it, not one bit. Guys, are you liking learning about compost and worms? But if you do, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you. Just a simple like or subscribe. Or do both. Oh my goodness, did you see all that, worms? I had to play it again. That was amazing. These are the peace lily plants that I put in here the last time. And the banana. Take a look at this banana.
Oh, look.
I need to zoom in. The last feeding was done on March 2nd with Greenie. We put some shredded brown paper bags, peace lilies, leaves. We also left some lettuce, a banana, a whole banana, some round tomatoes, tea, grits, eggshells, a little bit. No, we didn't put coffee in there. And then we added water. And we also mixed the other bins the last time. So we got quite a few worm balls. Look at that. Beautiful. They are so beautiful. When I tell you how moist the top feeding bin was, I had to switch my gloves. I had different gloves on. I had to put on my old trusty purple gloves to handle this top feeding bin. But I just want to take some time for you guys to look at these worms. They do not like the light, so they're actually going down to the other bins. But I'm going to do the feeding to hopefully draw up that fourth bin with the worms to come up to the food. So, but these worms are loving the top bin. So I know that drilling the holes in the second and third, I'm hoping that they will love those bins as well now that it has more oxygen coming in. So let me stop playing. It's time to start feeding. I just can't help it. Let me let me scoop up some more. More shredded brown paper bags, of course. Um, Got to keep the volume up. And I'm going to add all the last pieces from the last feeding, which was the banana, the peace lily leaves, the round tomatoes, and I'm going to put that all back in here and add some more stuff. And this is going to hopefully draw out the fourth bin. The worms that are down in the fourth bin, they're going to come up because they're going to sense the food up at the top bin. These are my favorite snack. These yellow mangoes. I love these mangoes. I'll buy boatloads of them and just eat them. And So they're going to have this, as long as they're in season, they're going to be having this all spring. And I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but each week I buy different flowers for myself. And these flowers, Dianthus, Dianthus. I think I'm saying it right. I still kind of like mixed up with my words, and also the little pieces of aloe vera plant that I had left over, I just left that in there, and some stems from a previous plant that I had put that in there. So I think that with the mangoes and the flowers and the last feeding, that is good enough for these worms. Of course, we're going to add some grit. I was a little heavy-handed in the beginning. That's okay. You know, it's love. Grits and love. Eggshells, and then of course, you know, I still have that Dunkin' coffee, so this bin is gonna be getting coffee, a lot of coffee. I wanna, you know, keep it a comfort. I added some white receipt paper to the other side just to try to help control some of the moisture in here. So that's it. And of course, some eggshells to help those worms up at the top to come down. And it's also to help with grit. So come on down, little worms. Wiping my mats, and I don't waste no castings. All they're gonna go right back into that bin. Definitely sweep and mop. Disinfect the area because you're dealing with worm poop. As I promised you guys, I was going to remove the fourth tray. So that's what I'm doing. And guess what? It worked. There are no worms. I checked all over. No worms, nowhere. Only dry casting, which I just dumped out and put it back at the bottom tray. And of course, there are no worms on the top. So I'm assuming that they are liking the conditions. That is a win. I'm so happy. And all these dry castings back at the top. There we go. Time to disinfect and clean. But you know what? Another good thing to keep worms in your house is when you sweep. Anything you sweep up, guess what? No need to put in the trash. Dump some of that dirt in your worm bin. There you go. Dog hair, all types of stuff. They'll take care of it. Bye.